Greetings, social media. This is your girl, Aundria, coming at you with another episode of Aundria's Hour. Now, it's not really an hour. Just gonna take a couple minutes to drop a couple jewels on y'all. Now, today's topic is when not matching energy wins. And this is part 3 of the Man After God's Own Heart series. Now, we're currently in 1 Samuel chapter 18, where we see recently David had defeated Goliath, and people are actually from all cities of Israel starting to pop out to celebrate the victory. Now, as noted in verse 7, we see women singing and dancing, talking about how Saul has slain his thousands and David his 10,000s. Verse 8 and 9 state that then Saul was very angry, and the saying displeased him. And he said, "They have ascribed to David 10,000s, and to me they have ascribed only thousands. Now, what more can he have but the kingdom?" So Saul eyed David from that day forward. Now, this is where we start to see a shift in the Bible, where it explains how Saul becomes jealous of David. And it gets worse. Mind you, David was a musician for Saul at this time. And one day while playing for Saul actually tried to take him out the game. However, David escaped twice. Even though Saul had rage towards David, he actually shortly after put him as commander over 1,000 men. Although the word states while doing so, Saul continually became his enemy. David was so loved and respected that even Saul's own son, Jonathan, went out of his way to protect David on numerous occasions and developed his own sense of loyalty towards him. It's noted that Jonathan made several attempts to protect David, even at his own expense. Now, Saul became pressed and obsessed, to the point he began stalking David from city to city, even cave to cave. Real bad. But in 2 incidences, David and his men actually caught Saul slipping. Now, the Bible actually talks about these 2 incidences where David actually approached Saul while he was unaware and asleep. And when he did, he took a piece of his robe, a spear, and a jug of water. Now, I know you're probably thinking, why is he taking souvenirs? Mind you, David had a crew that was itching to take Saul out, but David actually told them to stand down twice. But once he got a far enough distance, David actually shouted to Saul to make him aware that he did in fact spare him, and actually ended up showing him these items or souvenirs as proof. Now, specifically after the last attempt, Saul actually expresses gratitude towards David. In verse 25, he actually states, "May you be blessed, my son David. You shall both do great things and also still prevail." And afterwards, he no longer pursued him. Now, Proverbs 16 verse 7 actually states, "When a man's ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him." David chose repeatedly to not get revenge, even though he had plenty of opportunity to do so. Why? David remained humble and confidently aware of the plans that God had for him, which was part of why Saul feared him and viewed him as a threat to begin with. He didn't need to prove a point by getting even. He was focused on what God already spoke over the situation through prophecy. Scripture says several times that David behaved wisely, and as a result, the Lord continued to deliver him out of the hands of his enemies. Now, Romans 12:17 states, "Repay no one evil for evil. Have regard for good things in the sight of all men." We have to realize reciprocating hate is a choice. When we step outside of character, sometimes we block our own blessings. And we have to ask ourselves, why are we trying to match the energy of some people around us who might be operating from a negative standard? Part of Matthew 5:46 states, "For if you love those who love you, what reward have you?" Jesus tells us to love our enemies. Sometimes we have a call that extends beyond what is emotionally convenient. And regardless, when we receive that call, we gotta make sure we pick up. Thank you guys again for tuning in today. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, and edify. I pray you all continue to find your purpose. Until next time, take care.